Hey guys, I'm working with the same color palette from my gingerbread Google tutorial, gel colors mixed into white satinized fondant, and I've kneaded in some tylose as well. So the body is cone shaped and I'm aiming for a chubby belly, and I'm using a bit of foil to give it that crinkled cookie effect. So here I've rolled a log for the leg and just folded it over onto itself to make the foot, adding in some texture, and here I'm just checking the height of the legs before attaching it. I've added in some skewers and trimmed it, and now I'm using edible glue to secure everything. Once it was attached, I did go back in and blend the seams out, which isn't recorded here, but if you'd like to see how I did it, check out the gingerbread glue tutorial. So now I'm shaping the head, and once I was happy with it, I'm just comparing it to the size of the body before texturing it. Using edible glue to attach, and then I'm going on to the face. So I'm using this tool here to carve a smile, and then I'm just gonna indent the corners of the smile. And now I'm making the eye sockets at a diagonal to the corners of the smile. And I'm using the Dresden tool to just push in some slanted eyebrows. And I've just rolled two small balls of black fondant for the eyes. And now for the nose, I'm just aiming for sort of an elliptical shape. Now I'm just adding two small balls of pink for the cheeks and flattening it once it's attached. I decided to give him a top hat, and I'm making the top part of the cone wider than the base, and I just cut a circle for the brim of the hat, and I'm also indenting the base of the hat so it would sit better on his head. And here I'm just cutting a thin strip of blue to go around the base of the hat. And now I'm just cutting out the white drip for the top of the hat. I'm also doing a white icing drip on the top of the head so he matches the gingerbread girl. And I'm just buffing out those cut edges so it looks neater. And now I'm going in with the sprinkle mix on the white icing drip and the top edge of the hat as well. So I've just given him some buttons and I'll be painting this gold. So I did end up losing some footage where I attached the arms, but you can check out the gingerbread girl tutorial to see how I did that. The only difference in this was that I attached skewers into the arms so that he could support the weight of the candy cane. So I've used a mixture of pink luster and petal dust to give him some blush on the cheeks, nose, and a pink lip. And then I'm using a mixture of brown and orange petal dust to give the effect of a freshly baked cookie. I'm dusting the crevices and joints and then blending it out with a fluffy brush. And now I'm using confectioner's glaze to give his eyes that shiny look. And now I'm using the gold shimmer to highlight different areas of his face and body. Now I'm adding super glue on the white drip on both his head and hat, as well as the sprinkles and the bow tie. And then I'm going in with some iridescent rainbow glitter to everywhere that I added the super glue. And I'm just lightly adding on some gold glitter here for the finishing touches. And I'm just checking here to see if you can actually hold the candy cane. I did switch it out for a smaller one at the end. So here they are, all completed. I had so much fun making these, and I really hope that you found these tutorials useful. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more sweet content.